Hi, Capricorn. Peace, light, and love. Hope all is going well on this Sagittarius new moon. So, this Sagittarius full moon for you, Capricorn, is in the 12th house. And it will square Saturn and Neptune and Pisces in your third house. Um, the moon conjunct the sun in the 12th house is in a trine to Chiron retrograde in Aries in your fourth house. So this 12th house in the trine to the fourth house is a kind of like, behind the scenes, out of sight, you know, really just staying in the house, not really doing too much outside socializing. Um, but it's in a square to Neptune and Pisces in the third house. So the moon conjunct the sun in a hidden house will reveal what's hidden. Um, Something could be illuminated through dreams. You could be spending a lot of time in bed, getting more sleep and rest. The moon conjunct the sun in Sag in the 12th house could also illuminate hidden enemies. The moon conjunct the sun in the 12th house. Some people could be connecting to a Leo. Like emotionally. And I know I've been emotionally connecting to the Leos in my life. So, with the moon in a conjunction to the sun in the 12th house, it's like, it's really emotional. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's like you're dealing with emotions behind the scene, you know. Um, the moon conjunct the sun in the 12th house is also parents. Okay, so some people could be like planning to be parents, new parents. I've been seeing that as well. Um, yeah, so it is a parental energy as well. This is also a house, like there could be some spiritual work going on, and you could be tapping into the intuition. So if you're a spiritual person, you do something spiritually for work. Um, There could definitely be an energy here with the moon conjunct the sun in the 12th house. This is also a house of prisons and hospitals. So, it could be some parents in the hospitals. Um, you know, Something could be illuminated about someone in the hospital or someone in prison. And this is really emotional, you know. Yeah. So there could be some like conversations about, people in prison or in the hospital. The 12th house is also prayer. So, there could be some praying warriors out there that's really spending a lot of time in prayer. Saturn in the third house is the father. Saturn is very karmic. Saturn is very karmic. And Saturn and Pisces in the third house could also be connected to music. You know, um, there could be some issues with the square from the 12th house to the third house. There could be some issues like communicating with siblings as well. The third house is travel, it's communication, it's also your neighbors, and the community. So there could be like some travel issues, some communication issues. Um, could be something going on with neighbors as well. Okay, because the third house is your community. Saturn in the third house could make you very cold and isolated. Um, the third house is also gossip and social media. I had got this thing wet earlier. I meant to try to dry it off. I had dropped it in the washer. I hurried up and pulled it out. But sidebar. I might just get a new one and let this one finish drying out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Give me 1 second. So yeah, so Capricorn, you are the ruler of Saturn. And with Saturn in the third house, you know, and Pisces, having a third house Pisces, that's already like a behind the scene kind of house. Um, so there could be some communication, you know, some misunderstandings, some things not clearly understood. Saturn and Neptune and Pisces in the third house could also be more sleep. Something could also be an illusion, or some people could be delusional at this time because it is Pisces. And also, with this square to the third house, like things could be misrepresented, or there could be like some facts being omitted, or some facts being like altered, so to say. You know, think people might take things the wrong way. You know, something might be just not communicated clearly or understood. But you know, like I said, the third house is your community, your neighbors. Um, so there is some kind of issue here, especially could be while you're asleep. Um, because the 12th house square to the third house is sleep. So, or like I said, you could be isolated a lot, like not really socializing much. Um, so you have Venus and Scorpio in the 11th house. So female friends is highlighted. Um, and this Venus and Scorpio in the 11th house is in the sextile to Mercury in your first house. So there could be some flirty sexual communication. Um, your eighth house is Leo, so there could be like sex, drama, drama. Let me really highlight that. Drama and competition. Um, you know, especially with female friends, you know, showing out, showing off, being extra, you know, just like, hey, I felt a little extra today. I'm like, let me put my makeup on. I ain't going nowhere. But anyway, so yeah, just a little dramatic flair. Um, that's a little, you know, it's kind of sprinkled with this energy, as well. But Venus is also money and beauty, you know, things connected to beauty. So with Venus in the 11th house and a sixth house to the first house, you know, You could be like doing makeup or facials, hair, things like that. Um, Trying to see what else, because I'm thinking like sweets as well, like because Venus is sweets. So yeah, like a friend might bake you a cake or um something like that, bake you some cupcakes or something. So yeah, the Venus and Scorpio. Also, more businesses that like make sweets and stuff could be more profitable right now. Like more people buying sweets and stuff. So Jupiter is retrograde in the fifth house, and it's going to try Mercury in your first house. So Jupiter retrograde in the fifth house. This is a house of entertainers. It is a house of children and pregnancy. Um, so it could be flirting with someone, dating. This is a romantic kind of energy. Um, So yeah, some hear about children, pregnancy, could be a birth as well. Some people could be like finding out they're pregnant with Mercury in the trine to Jupiter retrograde in the fifth house. Or some people could be like talking about having children. That could come up as well. Jupiter retrograde in the fifth house. This is also like clothes and stuff for your children, or second house things like shoes, clothes, um, yeah, like material things for your clothes. I mean, for your children. So yeah, I mean, it is Christmas time, so the energy is in alignment, definitely. Like buying your kids clothes, buying them toys. Also, with Saturn in the third house, the way you communicate with people um, could be limited or straight to the point. You can also see like right through people's bullshit. This is also a very psychic and intuitive kind of energy as well. Saturn in the third house is also connected to older people. So you could connect with elders during travel. Saturn in Pisces in the third house could also be something that your sibling is struggling with, like um, drugs, homelessness, or some kind of loss. Um, and we do have Saturn here in the third house, so that's the government. So, you know, you could have more government, like more speed traps on the road. Um, just be mindful of like DWIs, DUIs, just be mindful of like what you have in your vehicle um, during this energy. And mind you, this new moon cycle is gonna last for 6 months. So just be careful when traveling. Yeah, when traveling, because with Saturn here in the third house, um, it is the government and law enforcement as well. But you could have all you could. There could also be a musical inclination, also with Saturn here in the third house. And Saturn and Pisces in the third house is also like shoes, you know. So yeah, the third house is the house of local travel and communication. Um, Maybe like even though you've been behind the scenes or not socializing much, you know, you popping out on social media, you still putting yourself out there, you talking on the phone, um, stuff like that. But with this square to the third house, there could be communication issues with a sibling. Saturn and Neptune in the third house is also addictions. There could also be trouble sleeping. The 12th house is associated with the ninth house, which is Virgo. So, the ninth house Virgo is healthcare workers, it's animals as well, work. Yeah. You could also be like analyzing something, planning long distance travel. This is also a house of study, college, priesthood, and law as well. There could be some lawsuits with a healthcare worker with this ninth house Virgo. Um, but yeah, the moon and sun is gonna trine to Chiron and Aries in the fourth house. This is a mother, and the sun is a happy energy. This is where you have joy. This is where your smiles and your laughter is. Um, And this 12th house is in the sixth house to the south node in Libra in the 10th house. So, something that you're putting out into the world. There could also be something made public about a relationship or a marriage. Also, your parent with the moon and sun in the sixth house to the south node in Libra in the 10th house. Um, could be something about a parent as well. So yeah, that is what I have for you, Capricorn. This is my energetic reading into the this new moon in Sagittarius. So thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.